Good morning, everyone. It's Gail Hart from O'Keefe Agencies, and we're up and running in our very first episode of Tuesday Tech Talk. So I welcome everyone here today. I would like to just get a couple of little things out of the way first. Absolutely first, that you go down and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as well, then to tell you about a couple of great little promotions that we have on the go before we start with some questions. So first off, you've probably noticed that I'm all kind of dressed in red here, and I have my Valentine's Day heart, and I'm sporting my red nails for Valentine's. Actually, these are still my Christmas nails, but that's okay. They're going to follow me through to Valentine's, I hope. I'm going into my 6th week here now. And anyone that knows me, I am shocking. I get my fills done maybe every 7 or 8 weeks. This is LCN Deep Red, so gotta love LCN. So I want to tell you about a few little promotions that we have. Currently, we are running a little Valentine's Day promotion. So if you purchase one of our colors, that's a red color, that could be deep red, it could be dark red, it could be one of the glitters in Light Elegance, you will get a 20% discount right up until Valentine's Day. Also, if you purchase a collection, and I have a couple of different collections here as well, just to show you, you will also get your discount on collections, but only on regular price merchandise. So if we have a collection on sale, you won't get that additional 20%, but you will definitely have the opportunity to go into a beautiful basket that I'll show you now in just a moment. So first off, I want to talk a little bit about the LCN collections. So we have a couple of here that are absolutely beautiful. We have one, a Amore Mio, and we have another here that is, okay, I don't have it's one of the older collections, but they're both on sale for $59. So I don't know how well you can see here, but you can see they both have red in there. So these are on for $59. And of course, we'll enter your name for the draw in the basket. And if you buy any collection currently, right now, any collection from LCN, you can get one of these beautiful LCN tote bags as a free gift from us and LCN. Also, just a quick reminder that we have our newest collection, Purity, and I don't know how well you can see it here. And it comes with a beautiful set of 6 colors as well as beautiful rhinestones. And if you purchase that collection, you will basically get a trend tab inside. And when you collect your 4 trend tabs, you send those into LCN and you'll get a beautiful $100 gift. So certainly keep that in mind. The basket that we are going to give away as our prize, I don't know if you're going to be able to see this very well. It looks a little cluttered here now because there's a lot of goodies in there. So we have a beautiful bottle of wine, and that's called Bodacious. We have the 2 wine glasses that are going to go with that. We have the candle, the romantic candle, and we have chocolates in there, some Russell Stover chocolates as well as Valentine heart chocolates. We also have, slipping down here is the hemp. So that's the new one, the Love Little Small Mini Love Collection from Hemps. And we have some pretty red and pink LCN polish and a nail file. So this is a beautiful little basket that you can win. As I said, if you come in and you purchase any color that has red in it or any collection that has red in it, and you will get your discount and go in for this basket. So I'll even take it one little step further. If you have a romantic name like Love or Heart, you basically can go into the draw with an extra tab for winning. So keep that in mind. I think what we'll do is draw for this basket on the next Tech Talk that we do. Now, that'll be February the 11th, but we will honor the deals for you with the discount up until the 14th, Valentine's Day. So we'll probably draw for the basket online. So that'll be exciting. We hope you're going to join us for that. Now, moving on. I have some people who had emailed me previously this week and basically had a few little questions. So I asked them to tune in to our Tech Talk, and we would go through those questions today just for the benefit of everyone. And so I welcome you again to subscribe to our channel, and please send in your questions. and I'll be more than happy to answer them. So, of course, I don't know everything out there, but I guess after 38 years in the industry, I should have picked up a few pointers by now. By all means, if there's something that I can't answer for you today, I have all the connections to find out the answer, and then I will get back to you. Absolutely sure. So, one of the questions that I get quite often by email coming into work certainly is, why does my client's nails keep coming off? And lifting issues is always a big one, especially if you are a fairly new nail technician and you're just learning, and it takes a long time to become a great nail technician. So there are lots of product lines out there, but there are some general rules that are very important when trying to figure out why clients' nails are not staying on or why they're lifting. So the first thing I guess to address there would be the bonding. The bonding is very important in the nail. Well, actually, let me back it up to the prep work. Your prep work is extremely important. And of course, the systems that we carry here are very low in chemicals. So your prep work is even more important than if you were working with an acrylic system. Um, when we're doing our prep, it's vitally important that it's very thorough and that it is cleaned well and all the shine is removed from the nails. So it's really important that you pull back on the perimeter of the skin and you get all that shine off of there, because if not, you have little bits of shine left on the nail that will cause lifting of the product, and that's where it's all going to start. So make sure your prep is done well. When it comes to your bonding, there are many, many bonding agents out there. We carry, with both of the lines that we carry, we do have a regular bonding agent. And it will do about 90% of the clients. But it is very important that bonders are applied quite thin. If you overuse the bonder, some people may think, more bonding I put on, the better bonding I'm going to get. In actuality, it's the opposite. So bonders need to be put on thin, because when you put a lot of bonder on the nail, it almost creates like a spongy type effect. So then when you go in with another gel on top of that, the gel, because the bonder is spongy, even after curing, you may find that there's parts where the gel will not adhere properly. And of course, with that, you're not going to get that good adhesion of your first base layer of gel. So keep your bonders thin, absolutely. Speaking of bonders, there's different ones that you can get. Like I say, we have our regular bonders that will do about 90% of clients. But then we also have specialized bonders, especially with LCN. So with LCN, we have a base gel extra, we have a base coat, and we have a bio bond. These are all specialized bonders for problematic lifters. So when it comes to bio bond, okay, the first one we'll talk about. When I get my nails done, and I will always put bio bond on first, and then I use my regular ultra bond, which is the one that you can do 90% of your clients with, that are just your regular non-lifting clients, we'll say, that don't have challenges with their nails. So the bio bond, when you use that, you put it on, you go into the light, and bio bond is very specialized. It's a bonder that is made for nails that are dry, damaged, and aging. So I really fall into the aging category. So I put it on my nail to make sure that my nail is staying healthy underneath, because BioBond has L-cysteine bonds, and these are amino acid bonds that build keratin in the nail. So they help the nail to stay healthy or to help reconstruct the nail if there's damage there. So you also have something called urea. And urea is a man-made product that holds 50% of its weight in moisture. So when you have nails that are aging, or nails that are dried out from damage or what have you over filing, you need to try to put some of the moisture back in. So the BioBond is a specialized bonder that is used for that type of nail, but only for the nails that need moisture added in. If you use BioBond on nails that are already moist and oily, you may create more issues for yourself. But there are times, absolutely, that BioBond is something that you should have in your cabin for that particular type of client that is coming through. The other bonders that we carry are more for the people that have the moist and oily nails. So I'm referring to base coat and also base gel extra. So you can have up to 10% acidic value. Now, as nail techs, most of us don't even like the word acid. Right away we think of damage. But there is a certain kind that you absolutely will need a little bit of an acidic value for. And these are the clients with the moisture and oil. So when you have these things, we recognize the oil certainly by the shine on the nail, and we recognize the moisture by the clamminess that we feel in their hands. So when you have this on a client, having that little bit of acidic value is just going to draw out some of that excess oil and moisture so that basically we can get that good adhesion that we need. So don't be afraid to use those on the clients that need them, but please only use them on those clients. Because if you put acidic value bonders onto the nail of clients that don't need them, the healthy nail, that's just a normal nail, you are dehydrating the nail, which is not something that you should be doing as a nail technician. Because as we know, it's very important to make sure that we always look after the integrity of our clients' nails. So that's our bonding. When it comes to building, we have our self-leveling gels and our non-self-leveling gels. So when you have nails that you are working on and nails underneath are quite hard, you can almost put anything on them in the way of flexibility, because nails that are hard kind of just grow on through and they will take anything that's sitting on top of it and move along with it. When you have nails that are softer and more flexible, okay, you have to be able to have a gel that is going to sit on the nail and move with this. If not, the nail will buck off the product that is sitting on top and you will experience major lifting. And of course, we all know as nail technicians, our clients, when they get a little bit of lifting, they can't stop the picking. And then when they pick off one or two, it looks terrible. So they sit down and look for little ways to pick off the rest. So, you want to be very careful. Um, the other thing that causes major lifting is having your product too heavy at the back of the cuticle. The product at the back of the cuticle, even though if we use a maximum flexibility gel, like Sculpture or like Bondi, these gels still have weight to them. So it's important to remember that. And that's why we work very thin around the back of the cuticle. Because again, as that new nail is growing and moving and flexing out, the one closest to the back here, we call the epinephrine. As that is moving out, your nail is quite thin and flexible because it's a newly forming nail. So again, if we put too much gel back there, it's going to retard the flexibility and the nail will get rid of it. So again, we need to work our product very thin around the back. Another thing, and around the perimeter, another thing that is important for lifting issues is product that is touching the skin. So when we get anything that moves into a light, any product that goes into a light, if it's touching the skin in any way, shape, or form, you will definitely experience lifting. Because what happens, it's going to cure there. And then, of course, in a day or so, with having your hands in water, natural oils and emollients, the nail moves forward in growth. It's going to pull off that hard plastic resin that is actually stuck. And of course, we notice that because it turns quite white. And so it's very important that when we work very clean, thinner around the perimeter. And then, of course, we want to build the structure into the center of the nail. Today, the styles are, there's lots of styles out there, but there's a lot of people that are wearing longer styles. So the thing to remember there now is to make sure that we build up our C-curve or our apex very well. Because if you have nails that look very pretty when you look at them kind of, looking this way as opposed to this way, and the nails are still flat, you don't have your stress area or your apex, your C-curve, whatever you want to call it, that has to be built up. And the longer you leave the nails, the thicker that needs to be built up through the center to kind of take the brunt of everything that we're doing, because there's that pressure always against the free edge. So this is very important. Another thing that I find, if you're still using the Connex, and Connex is what we call a non-acidic contact facilitator. I know that's a big mouthful, but basically what it means is a product that helps create a better bonding. And Connex is placed on prior to the bonders. So it's not actually a bonder, it's what we call a bonding enhancer. And Conex is basically made up of alcohol and water. It is not a primer. Primers are most often acidic, and of course, they more eat into the nail to create a little porosity and open up the nail plate for better adhesion. Conex basically is alcohol and water. So how it works is once our tip is on and we're all blended, and if you decide that you want to use Conex because it is optional, you put on your Conex just at the back part of the nail, a very small amount. The water, the Conex soaks into the natural porosity that we have in the nail, and it opens up those pores, through the use of the water. And then we have alcohol in there that dissipates or dries the water off quickly, because we all know as nail technicians, if we, use moisture on anything in our nails going into a light, it's going to cause lifting. So how much Conex we use is really important. Okay, just a very small amount, because if you overuse Conex, again, you're going to cause lifting. So when you apply Conex at the back of the nail, your nail should almost go, when it's dry, 1 to 2 minutes, go into a very light, kind of a white, chalky appearance. And then you know your Conex is dry, and you can then proceed. Okay. Um, so these are some of the basic things, your prep work, really important. Picking the right gel with the right flexibility. If you have very, very soft nails and you have a gel that is not so soft and can't move with it, the nail is going to, as I said, buff that off, for the want of a better word. So it's going to lift it majorly. So your prep work is important. Your choice of flexibility in your gel is important. How much Conex are you using? Or maybe another bonding agent, a bonding enhancer from another line. Um, is your gel placement done properly on the nail? And of course, absolutely, we work clean, not around, not touching the cuticle, and not getting product over onto the skin or filling up the well in the nail. Sometimes you don't get it on the skin, but you have it all ran down to the well of the nail, and that can kind of have the same effect. So these are some things that will help you with your lifting issues. And I also have here a brochure called Solutions to Nail Problems, and we pass it out in all our training. And if someone would really like a copy of that, pop by the office and have a chat with me, and I'll be more than happy, to help you with that. Absolutely. Now, moving on to another question that I've been asked off the topic of nails, and it's about microneedling. So I have a lot of people calling asking me exactly what microneedling is. And microneedling is an anti-age treatment. So it's anti-age in a couple of ways. So let me just show you the machine first, so that will help. So this is your actual case that you receive, and inside you have your microneedling pen. So I'm just going to get that out here now and let you have a look. All right, so it's just a small little pin, attaches to an adapter. The adapter basically can be used plugged in or cordless, whatever is, if you're doing a mobile run to someone's house, you don't necessarily have it pre-charged, and work with it that way. And then we have needles. Now, I don't know if you can see these very well. Probably not very well, but see what I can do here to show you. So there's a whole bunch of needles. This is a needle head that actually fits into the unit. And the needles that come in 12 needles or 36. So basically, you are going to pop the needle head onto the pen. These are one-time use, and they're discarded after every kind. But the needles are almost like an acupuncture needle, so they're extremely fine. And I think when a lot of people hear microneedling, they freak out thinking, okay, they're not putting 36 needles into my face. It's actually almost virtually painless. Just when you work around the bone area and stuff, you may be a little more sensitive. So how it works, number one, is we take the pen and we work in zones in the face. So we apply the hyaluronic fluid. Now, hyaluronic fluid, or hyaluronic acid, some may call it, but the hyaluronic fluid is something that we put on the face in a thick layer. So this treatment can be done totally on its own, do a cleansing and then moving into the anti-age treatment, or with a full facial, either or. And we recommend that it's purchased in treatments of 6. So you put the hyaluronic fluid on, and this is a quite thick, heavy gel. So hyaluronic fluid is something that we have naturally in our skin, but unfortunately, as we age, we lose our hyaluronic fluid, and of course, then that hinders the development of our collagen. And collagen is what. So, we're all going to get old. We're all going to get expression lines and lifelines, laugh lines, whatever you want to call them, wrinkles, if you want to call them that. But we can certainly fight the process and try to, keep our skin in a very good place. So, going back to the microneedling being an anti-age treatment, it's an anti-age treatment in a couple of ways. So, number one, when we work on the face with this in separate, in zones on the skin, you are puncturing the skin with the 12-point needle. You're puncturing the skin 142 times a minute. So when you actually are puncturing the skin, you are making holes in the skin. So right away, the body wants to heal that. So it will heal as new skin cells, which is wonderful. So that's one way it's anti-aging. And the other way is, like I just previously said, with the hyaluronic fluid. So you can feel the needles working around the face. It's not a painful procedure at all. I know that sometimes on YouTube you see these big rollers going over and the blood coming down. It's nothing like that. But when you puncture the skin, you can hear the pain is almost gurgling. So it's pushing all this thick hyaluronic fluid into your skin. And basically, it's helping with your collagen production and helping you from slowing down the aging process. A good one to look at on a YouTube page actually is microneedling on a smoker's lid after 5 treatments. And it goes from not looking great to looking phenomenal. So this is one of the very specialized courses that we teach here at O'Keefe Agencies. So I welcome you with any questions that you may have. And, please feel free to contact us with anything. This is our very first episode of TikTok. So it's going to take a little bit of time for people to know that we even are up and running. So again, I'm going to remind you to please subscribe and if you have questions and it's something that I can answer, you can certainly contact me on Gail H at O'KeefeAgencies.com. I look forward to seeing you in just a couple of weeks. February the 11th will be our next one at 11 a.m. That will be episode 2. And I look forward to any questions that you may have. And for now, I think that's it. Oh, one other little promotion that I did want to tell you. Sorry. Just before signing out, we have a new collection coming out from Light Elegance, and it's called Blossoms in Bloom. So it's their spring collection, and it's on the way to us. And of course, the weather that we had, our big old storms, not helping any. So hopefully we'll have it here very soon. But I did print from here the collection. I don't know how well that you can all see it. So it's a buttercream collection. There's the colors, and here is the glitters that go with it. It's a beautiful collection. So we're running a promotion with that. If you purchase that collection, you can have a choice of their 20th anniversary. They call it their wine tumbler. Great if you're a camper. Actually, great if you have too much wine because it's not made of glass. So it's a beautiful thermal tumbler. You can have your choice of having that at no charge, or you can have this beautiful 20th anniversary Light Elegance journal. So if you call into O'Keefe's and pre-order and prepay for your collections, by all means, when you come in, you can have that at no charge. Yeah. So, of course, it's while quantities last, but we have a nice amount of those coming in. So don't wait too long. Also, one last thing I'd like to mention here is our basic makeup class. We've had a lot of interest there with basic makeup. So we have a lady by the name of Jennifer Burke. And Jennifer is a professional freelance makeup artist with 10 years experience, graduated with high honors from HDC Makeup Program in Nova Scotia. And in 2010, she completed her second diploma with makeup artistry with high honors from Blanche McDonald, and that was in 2017. We've had Jessica do prior classes for us, and she is a lovely human being and a very good makeup artist. So we've had lots of interest about the basic makeup course, and of course we're going to be running that in March. And then in April, we are going to run a bridal makeup. Jessica will do that as well. So, by all means, we're getting into the bridal season, thinking far ahead now, I know. But if you have any other questions on that, please give me a call at O'Keefe's. And the number 7470377. I'm extension 201, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. So you've got 2 weeks now to think of all your questions that you'd like to ask me for the next time. And I look forward to tech talking with you on February the 11th. Have a great couple of weeks and be safe, everyone. Talk to you soon.